I'm both honored and flattered to have been asked to speak at this wonderful occasion. I congratulate each of you, your parents, and the network of teachers, friends, and mentors who have supported you. Your achievements in scholarship, leadership, community service, and character are being honored by your induction into this prestigious society. What a wonderful way for the school and the community to recognize and celebrate the choices and sacrifices you have made. What should make you the most proud, though, is not the actual honor, but the cumulative impact of the efforts you have made to earn it. Look back and cherish those moments that have delivered you here today. But I challenge each of you not to rest on your laurels, but to continue to strive toward even loftier goals. Endeavor to be even better tomorrow than you are today. The 4 ideals for membership in National Honor Society, scholarship, leadership, community service, and character, are the sum of many individual choices. You have all chosen very well. This speech also affords me an opportunity to make good on a promise I made 30 years ago to Blanche Merrill, my mother's mother. When I was your age, Blanche wrote me letters with lots of great advice. She was a key influence in my life. As I reread those letters this week, I found direct correlations to the 4 ideals of the National Honor Society. So today I will share a few excerpts from those letters from Blanche. I will also share what I've learned about the 4 ideals since graduating in 1985, 30 years ago. I hope Blanche and I will give you a head start as you rocket towards the next phase of your life. Scholarship. Letters from Blanche. Dear Colin, your English exam mark was excellent, and you are an honor student again. Keep working hard and never stop learning. That's scholarship. Here's what I've learned in the last 30 years. Education is a progressive discovery of our own ignorance. Education is a progressive discovery of our own ignorance. You are all gifted students, but high school and even college are just the beginning. This may come a shock to some of you, but you don't know everything, at least not yet. Recognize and get comfortable with this. Search for and discover your areas of ignorance. Then be inquisitive, be curious, be interested. If you continue your journey in scholarship, the world around you becomes a giant playground in which to learn. Someday you'll look back on today and realize how much you really had left to learn. And get ready, you're about to enter the best school ever, life. The difference between school and life, in school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson. Leadership. Letters from Blanche. Dear Colin, you work very hard and care about people, traits that will cause people to follow you. That's leadership. So here's what I've learned in the last 30 years. Leadership is not about getting people to like you. It's about inspiring others to act. Leadership is connecting with people. Listen not to respond, listen to understand. Leadership is acting decisively. Leaders operate with imperfect information, but indecisiveness paralyzes. Trust your instincts. Leadership is displaying empathy. Tough decisions disappoint some, often many. Even the disappointed will follow if they feel like they were listened to and understood and that you care. Leadership is being humble. Leaders make mistakes. How they fail often determines their success as a leader. One final piece of advice on leadership. A A leader needs to look back every once in a while to make sure he still has followers. Community service. Letters from Blanche. Dear Colin, I'm proud of you for finding time to do the March of Dimes walk. You're a very busy boy, but must always make time to give back. That's community service. Here's what I've learned in the last 30 years. Find a cause that you believe in so much that it doesn't feel like a sacrifice when you pour your heart and soul into serving. For me, that's providing clean water and sanitation to communities in developing countries. Through a program I started at Xylem called Watermark, we install water systems and latrines at schools. This improves health outcomes in those communities and makes the school the epicenter of those communities. After a long day's work in the hot sun of Andhra Pradesh, India, my Watermark team and I, surrounded by 500 elementary school kids and their parents, turned on the well we installed and fresh water flowed. The crowd erupted in song, thanking us for that life-giving gift. That's when I realized it. When done right, community service doesn't feel like service work at all. It feels more like nourishment for the soul. Character. Letters from Blanche. Dear Colin, set your ideals high and stick to them, no matter what your friends say or do. That's character. Here's what I've learned in the last 30 years about character. Character is the most important ideal. It's your personal brand. It's a lot about how you handle the other three ideals. How you use the learnings you've accumulated, how you lead, and how you serve. Your daily choices shape your character. Being honest and honorable when others are watching is important. Doing the same when no one is watching defines your character. Reputation is what the world thinks of you. Character is the real you. Strive to have flawless character. In the end, it's much more important than a great reputation. I learned these things over 30 years since graduating in not this gymnasium, but the one next door. And I had great helps from my mentors, my parents, and my friends along the way. And for that, I want to thank them. I want to take a few minutes to make good on a promise that I made, though, 30 years ago. You see, Blanche Merrill grew up in rural Vermont, worked at a mill, raised 5 kids during and shortly after the Great Depression, and was a source of inspiration to me when I was your age. She also gave me a great gift, a gift I promised to repay one day. Today is that day. My final letter from Blanche. Dear Colin, please accept this gift. I didn't go to high school, and Mr. and Mrs. Gay paid this amount so that I could attend the Vermont Academy when I was 16 years old. A 12-year-old boy was in my class, and I had to work after school, and I couldn't keep up with him, so I quit. Mr. and Mrs. Gay wouldn't take the money back, so I promised to give it to someone who I thought deserved it, who wanted to go to college. I'm 83 years old now, and it's time I made good on my promise to Mr. and Mrs. Gay. Perhaps they will see me from their new home now and will know I didn't forget. Colin, when you graduate and get a job, maybe you can pay this $2,000 back, as I did for Mr. and Mrs. Gay, plus interest. This afternoon, I'm making good on that promise I made to my grandmother, Blanche Merrill. I've established the Colin Sable Scholarship Program. A $2,000 scholarship will be awarded to a graduating student from the Hudson Falls class of 2015. And the winner will be selected based on the ideals that my grandmother Blanche taught me through her letters and in person, which just happened to match the 4 ideals of the National Honor Society. For all of you juniors in the class of 2016 out there, don't worry. I promise to pay the $2,000 back with interest. So the scholarship will not be awarded once. It'll be awarded 5 times. 1 winner in each graduating class until 2019. I know Blanche can see me from her new home, and I know that she knows I didn't forget. So in closing, it would be a lot easier sliding through life, ignoring the 4 ideals of the National Honor Society, but it wouldn't be nearly as fulfilling. You're on a very rewarding path with your lives, as evidenced by your induction today. I hope that Blanche and I have inspired you to stay on that path. I congratulate you on your induction into the National Honor Society, and I thank you so much for allowing me to be one small part of this great day.